Hey y'all, welcome back to the Mountain Man Podcast special opening day edition. And we're not talking April, first day of baseball. Nah, we're talking about the first day of firearms season for whitetail deer hunting. Let's be real. The entire life of a mountain man revolves around deer hunting. I mean, that is like a common cultural language that pretty much any mountain man can speak with each other. I'm talking the mountain men of Vermont to the mountain men of Georgia. Stretch that whole Appalachian length, baby. I'm talking the Rocky men, the Sierra Nevada men. Wherever you are in this great country across the world in your mountains, there is a deer. Or many. Whitetail, muleys, whatever you got. Antelope. Whatever. Every mountain man has an animal that is the pinnacle of hunting in his culture, his subculture, his subregion. And around here, ladies and gentlemen, in the Blue Ridge Mountains of Virginia, that is the white-tailed deer. Every boy's getting out there chasing his trophy buck. Me, I've never really landed trophy buck. I mean, I'm not going to bullshit. I've never landed some crazy-ass buck. And there's two reasons for that. One is I don't typically bow hunt. That's why I'm talking about opening day now in the middle of November. I'm talking about rifle season. I don't typically bow hunt. The guys that want to get out there in their t-shirts in October and get all the trophy bucks before anyone else gets a chance. I mean, that's smart. That's pretty smart. It works. Me, I'm a firearms only type of guy, so I gotta wait this late. And so one of the reasons I haven't really seen trophy deer is this time of the year, the big boys, they're gone, or they're not coming out. They're either too smart to come out, or they're already gone. That's just a matter of the fact. So it's a good time of the year for a really fat doe, if there's any left. I mean, my trophy buck, he'll come one day. This 6-pointer out back. See, I don't know. I don't think. Maybe I'm being rotten. I don't think he's worth killing. At this point in my hunting career. Now, if I was 16, I'd be like, hell yeah, I'm going to drop that 6-pointer, baby. Let me throw up a pic on Facebook, right? But no, I don't think I'm all that into that, Really, hunting at this point in my life, and I already feel like I'm fucking 50. I'm just 26, going on 27. But really, hunting to me is just being out there. Just being in the woods and watching everything around you just wake up. There's really nothing better than that, in my opinion. That's probably one of my favorite things about hunting. You can come in, like, hey, you just woke up at 4:30. You spent probably 4 hours in sub 30 degree weather, sitting perfectly still, not allowed to make noise, not allowed to do anything fun other than to freeze your balls off. Didn't see a single deer. And you enjoy that? And it's nice. It's quiet time. I didn't really understand, growing up why my dad might like hunting so much. And it's a nice time to just escape and you don't hear anything but your own breathing. And squirrels. Fucking squirrels everywhere. Just bouncing around. Like, oh, that's that buck. Like, I hear him. Here he comes. Now look. And just two fat-ass squirrels chasing tail, just chasing each other around. It's ridiculous. I went through my game camera today. I had like 40 new pictures, and it's only been 4 days. I was hyped. I had put a new block out. I thought, hell yeah, I'm going to have all kinds of stuff on that camera. And I did. Squirrels. Just constant pictures throughout the day of a squirrel on this tree, squirrel on that tree. And it's just, it's always the squirrels. And I guarantee if I went out there and I went squirrel hunting, and we've talked about this, I wouldn't find one. But I'm going to hear plenty in the morning. But anyway, yes, I love opening day. So this is an opening day special a little bit later on the pod. Going to run through my lineup here on YouTube. By the way, thanks to everyone who tuned in and watched the first episode that was on YouTube this past week. I really appreciate all the support. If you haven't, go check it out. Hopefully every YouTube video along the way is better, including this one. I'm hoping this one's better. Placement, lighting, content, and so on. Every day I'm trying to improve, and I need y'all's help to do so. So Every episode's going to have a YouTube treat, and today's YouTube treat is seeing everything involved in my opening day lineup tomorrow. So before we go into that, the bread and butter, the venison of the episode, we got to talk about what's current. We all know I'm a cultured redneck, right? So we got to talk about what happened last night on Thursday Night Football. That's right, I'm recording this on Friday. Tomorrow's Saturday opening day. You guys probably won't hear me until next week. Sorry for being late. But I'm not late. I'm talking about it right now. Myles Garrett literally took the helmet off of Mason Rudolph, the Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback, last night, and smacked him in the head with it. There's a lot of opinions out there. There's a lot of different takes on this. There's apparently some people defending him. There's some people that think that he should never play in the NFL again. People are all over the place. So I'm going to do Q&A later, but one of those questions is for right now. I'm going to read this word for word from Brian. The Mountain Man's silence on Myles Garrett being unjustly vilified for simply trying to help Mason Rudolph put his helmet back on is deafening. Can we get you on the record? Can we get your on the record thoughts? Brian, can I get you to arrange your questions, the words in your questions like a normal person would? I don't even know if I arrange those words like a normal person would. Anyway, yes, we will get my on the record thoughts. And let me just formulate a statement real quickly that will be correct. So give me a second. Taking a little sip of my red Solo cup. We're not giving out free shout outs to anybody. Nobody knows what's in this cup at all. It's just a drink. If you want me to drink your drink, send it to me. I will drink it nonstop for the rest of my life. So anyway, my statement on Myles Garrett. Yeah, he's wrong. He's pretty wrong. You can't just take someone's helmet off and smack them upside the head with it. That's not cool. That's not okay. It was pretty much the end of the game. The game was over. It was not close. But I'm also not going to sit around and act like Mason Rudolph is like some little saint and, oh, poor Mason. He definitely escalated and started the whole thing. You can see him pulling Garrett's helmet off. So, he definitely sparked it. Nobody's going to go that berserk over nothing. So I can definitely tell that Myles Garrett was pissed. I see rumors that he got his balls kicked. I did see a picture of him getting his helmet pulled off, and that shit hurt. So still, we're not justifying what he did. That was ridiculous. We're not going to do that. But I don't know. We're not going to act like Mason Rudolph is perfect. And, I get where you're coming from, Brian. Maybe he was just trying to put his helmet back on his head and he just didn't have the angle right. But my biggest take on this whole Myles Garrett situation is this reminded me of a football fight from my own time. So we're going to flash back to 7th grade. In 7th grade, of course, I was playing with the 8th graders. And there was a particular 8th grader on my team. 8th grader, 13 years old. He weighed 244 pounds. So I'm a big guy now. I was okay big then. Typically I thought I was big, but this kid literally had more than 100 pounds on me, without a doubt. And he bullied the shit out of me. This kid obviously was so obese and miserable, and everyone hated him, that he decided that he wanted to bully me instead. And you know what? Whatever. Okay, fine. It's football. I'll beat your ass on the field. But one day we were actually both on the bench in a practice, and he was running his mouth per usual. You see, this was one of those giant 8th graders that went around and picked on all the younger, smaller kids because he knew they were too scared to fight him. Well, I'm an idiot. So along with that, I don't really know when and when not I should fight somebody. So one day in practice, we get to chirping. And we get to fighting. We start scrapping. You ever been in a football fight? There's not much. You're all on these pads and you can't really even get to the other guy. It's really annoying. You're your mobility is limited. It's really frustrating. So anyway, we're scrapping, and one thing after another leads to basically this dude's just sitting on me. I'm literally just laying on the ground. the wind completely out of me because I've got 200 and almost 50 pounds, if we'll round up, laying on top of me. For reference, right now, you see me on camera. I'm not skinny. I weigh just over 250. So this dude is my size, sitting on a 128 pound 12-year-old. And I couldn't move. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't get him off. I tried pinching his butt cheeks, to see if I would like freak him out, tickle him, make him jump up. It didn't work. I couldn't get the guy off of me. So finally someone came over and just like tackled him, knocks him off of me. Like take a couple deep breaths. I'm like, okay, my lungs still work. They're not crushed too bad. Let me see if I can get back into this thing. So I stand up, I take my helmet off, and I run up behind this fucker and I just swing. I swing as hard as I can. Now, he had his helmet on, unlike this whole Myles Garrett, Mason Rudolph situation. But, I mean, it still probably hurt. And I smacked that fucker right in the ear hole. I cracked him in the ear hole as hard as I could. And then he couldn't fight anymore after that. I think that kind of fucked him up a little bit. Last I saw on Snapchat, he works at Wendy's. So, good job, dude. Thanks for sitting on me. Anyway, yeah, that's my it's my football fight, and yeah, I Myles Garretted somebody, so I'd like to apologize to him for being so much of a bitch that he lost the fight to someone half his size. So, but no, football's been kind of crazy this year, and one thing I think that people don't really talk about is, if this was hockey, like this would be like a normal ass night. Like, oh, they got in a fight, ripping helmets off, beating the shit out of each other. Go sit in the penalty box for 5 minutes, That's not the case in the NFL. These people are acting like this guy, who was it? Florio, the guy at PFT, Pro Football Talk. He's acting like this guy needs to go to jail. Okay? I understand technically if you did this in a real setting, this would be assault. Some people would argue, hey, if you went to your job and you smacked a coworker upside the head with a helmet, do you think you'd get away with it criminally? Number one, this wasn't a coworker. This was a competitor. So if I went to my job and I took out someone we were competing with, I would like to think that I would be properly compensated. Wouldn't you? So I don't want to hear that take. That take's stupid. That's like a Clay Travis level of take. But anyway, you can't be doing that, man. You get frustrated, but you can't take it out like that. You can't. And that we'll loop that right back in to some mountain man wisdom, okay? There are times where you could be stronger, bigger, you might be able to beat somebody in a fight, whatever you think you can do, you might have the advantage. But, before you take action, ask yourself, are you stepping down any level whatsoever? At any point, are your future actions going to make you look like less of a person than you were before? I mean, think about it. And I know it sounds bullshit. You think I'd be like, yeah, fight everybody. And at the same time, fight everybody. But don't ever let somebody come chirping you and to get you to come down to their level to then act like them. Because as soon as you do that, anytime, anything you're doing in life, as soon as you step down, the second person always gets caught. You know what I mean? So, if someone's chirping you, trying to get into something, just try to ignore it. Try to ignore it. But if they ever come at you, if they ever come at your family, your loved ones, you protect the bear den. You know the deal. So now I want to jump into the opening day lineup. Now, along with this, I just kind of want to have like a little intro anecdote. A lot of people that hunt. Okay, let me rewind. A lot of people hunt. And within that, a lot of people hunt in a lot of different ways. Some people like to have the nicest, newest gear. Some people like to be all camouflaged all the way through. Some people like to have all types of scent blockers and spend so much money on hunting. Some people like to be very bare minimum about it. Be very traditional. Do it the traditional way. And some people like their own little blend and create their own way. I'm like that. We're always going to do our own thing. That's what this podcast is. But this podcast is also very Appalachian in nature. So as you see kind of my first day, opening day lineup, it's going to look pretty simple. A lot of it's not going to match. And that's because I feel like that is a just kind of a key, kind of a thing that to me, I don't really need to. Me personally, like I'm not hating on people that go out and spend $750 on Under Armour camouflage just so that they can be smelled, just so a deer can smell them just as good as they smell me. Okay. As far as I'm concerned, deer are colorblind. Red and black plaid flannel, just as good as camouflage. Not just as good. I'm not hating on the camo people. I'm just trying to make jokes. But in reality, if you are wearing that much camo, please put some orange on. Let's just remember to be safe. Okay? So, let's step into... Hello, everyone to YouTube. This is really your exclusive content. Everyone listening along. Hopefully, my adjectives, adverbs, and tone of voice are very colorful and descriptive and give you a nice time. So, without further ado, step one are the mucks. The muck boots, baby. I'm going to go ahead and turn these like that. There we go. Now, first thing I want to point out is why are the tops of my muck boots folded down a couple inches? That's just for easy access. See, if you roll them up, they've got elastic at the top. And that's to seal off your pants, trap the heat, and keep the moisture out and so on. But it makes them pretty difficult to put on in the morning. So for as far as getting to where you're going, I keep them like this. These are the Wetlands, so they're very waterproof. They're very good going through creeks, mud, anything. And they keep me fairly warm. And to be honest, like these in the winter, I wear them like I wear my Crocs in the summer. I wear them all the time. I love my muck boots. And I think it's one of them things that every mountain man needs. So remember those. Sorry for all the thumping. I guess we're just going to try to kind of go through the outfit first the whole way up. So wool socks are a key. I don't have any in this pile, but you got to have wool socks on no matter what type of boots you got on. You got to keep your feet warm. As soon as those little toesies start getting a little cold, it's over. Chief, it's over. You got to keep the feet warm as best as you can. My dog's got to flip her shit on a truck. We don't get a lot of visitors up here. Interesting. Next, what's on my ass cheeks? Pants. Just like these. Nothing special. Now, some people like to wear coveralls. I do, but I'm a pretty big dude, so pants are pretty easy. I'll hunt in blue jeans sometimes. These are just pretty much like work pants from Tractor Supply. Schmidt Workwear. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's Tractor Supply. So, now these are just kind of heavy duty utility work pants in a camo type of color. Long johns underneath, of course. Gotta have long johns on underneath, but I ain't showing y'all my long johns because that's just weird. What else are we wearing? So next, I'll probably have on a t-shirt. Usually I'll sleep in just some type of t-shirt. I might just have a long sleeve kind of thermal shirt on under that, but typically I'll just put a long sleeve thermal over a t-shirt. That's 2 layers. After that, I go in a couple different directions. A common direction, my third layer, is a hoodie. Any hoodie. Technically camo or neutral would be better. Nothing crazy. But it's up to you. Like I said, I go hoodie. Probably not like the one I'm wearing right now, but something similar, maybe like that one up there. After I do that, it is flannel time. So now this flannel is a very special hunting flannel. It's got fleece on the inside, baby. This is an insulated fleece lined flannel, and let me tell y'all, this thing right here is amazing. It keeps me so warm. It's very cozy. Doesn't let anything in. It's very insulated, really. The thing I mentioned with this is one of those, if you have a long walk to the stand, or you're going to be walking the whole time, I advise against this because this does not let any sweat out. It's like one of those fleece blankets, you can sleep under. So it definitely keeps you warm if you're in the stand. When I say at stand, I mean you could just be sitting on the ground up against a tree like I usually do. So that'll keep you very warm. So I usually don't put it on until I get there, just because you don't want to work up a sweat on the way in and then sit down and that 18 degrees hits your sweat. There's nothing worse than that chill. So red and black plaid, just because that's pretty common, flag pattern for hunting, but also because it was insulated. I think this was a Christmas gift, honestly. Most of my shit was. This looks like it's LL Bean from my mama, so it's nice, right? Shout out to the Bean. Alright, after that flannel, we're going to need a hunting coat. If I don't knock over my guns first. Alright. Hunting jacket. This is pretty simple. You can buy one anywhere. It's better to buy them off-brand because they're all really the same. You don't need anything super crazy out of a hunting jacket. Alright? A hunting jacket, in my opinion, I suggest to just put it on at the end. Once you got to your stand, you got all your layers on. Cool down from your long walk in and your escalated heart rate and blood pressure and shortness of breath. Let all that kind of relax. Let your body kind of air out. And as soon as you start getting cold again, boom, put on your hunting jacket. There's all kinds of hunting jackets. A lot of them are like, waterproof. That could be versatile for duck hunting and all kinds of rain hunting and everything. This one was just really simple. The Gander Mountain up the interstate was going out of business, and I scooped this bad boy for like 80% off. So pretty simple. Quilted on the inside. Got some ammo pockets and shit on the inside. I actually got a lot of pockets on this bitch. One of my favorite key pieces of a hunting coat is the front pockets. Now you want them, of course, you want to slide in from the side like a normal jacket pocket, and that's there. But boom, it's all about the front pocket in front of the hand pocket. This is so much more easily accessible when you have gloves and shit on. You can drop your phone, your knife, your calls, whatever you need, shells in here. Boom. You've got one on each side. Key pocket. Very key pocket. Love this jacket. This jacket goes through a lot. So remember to take care of your hunting clothes and don't be afraid to get something new when you need to. Alright. What is next? Hat. Gotta go orange. So we got two here. Number one, this is the early morning hat. This is just a beanie. Typical blaze orange beanie probably costs $2.94 at Walmart. Pretty simple. Throw it on over the head, over the ears. Throw up some peace signs. If you want to pay $30 for the Carhartt one, or if personal trick, go to one of your other Carhartt things and take the patch off and sew the patch onto a cheap Walmart beanie. Flip that bitch on eBay for $40, $45. I don't know. This is good because it keeps your ears warm. You keep the top of those ears warm, you're going to trap a lot of heat there on top of your head, and it's going to keep you very warm. A lot of heat can escape through your head. So really, a lot of people are like, oh, I'm going to just wear, a typical ball cap. It's a normal hat, like this one I'm about to throw on. Because look, it's a hat. You see my orange? This one's one of my favorites. It's Dale Earnhardt Sr. Blaze Orange hat. But look, my big fucking ears are out here, and I'm going to get cold. Okay, so this could be for the walking, or maybe if it warms up while you're out there. But other than that, you got to go with the Blaze Orange beanie. Sorry for the break in action. I damn near just died choking on my drink, but we were just kind of continuing our opening day lineup. So, moving forward, just to kind of finish off what we're wearing in the orange, I'm going to go ahead and just grab this. Anyway, there's a Blaze Orange vest. Now, I don't think this one is needed the whole day. This is one of those things. This is real cheap, by the way. Just a very simple one. You can tell it's been through a lot. That's just something that you want to wear as you're going through the woods. And it also really depends on where you're hunting. If you're hunting on your own land, if you know who's around you, that's one thing. But please, if you're hunting public land, national forests, municipal land, anything like that, wear your orange, please. People get shot every year on complete accident. So please do what you can to help tired and sometimes under the influence hunters that are around you, and wear your blaze orange and try to protect yourself the best that you can. Let's see, what else would we wear? The only other thing I could think of, you gotta have a flashlight, so I have this one. I think this one's dead. It is. Well, pretty much. So, the ones you put on your head, booyah, get your miner on. These are nice because you can be going through the woods. You can use two hands. You can carry a gun. You can move stuff out of the way. You can climb ladders. This is a great light to have. This is also amazing for when you kill an evening deer and you're skinning and gutting. You need to see what you're doing and use both hands. Great light. Other than that, just get you a cheap ass Walmart light. So, gotta have a flashlight. You don't want to get stuck out there in the dark. Now, we got cell phones these days that have nice flashlights. That's nice. If you do have a nice iPhone, you can use that. But while it does light up a certain area real bright, it doesn't necessarily extend out further. So just keep that in mind. Let's see. Now we're going to kind of go through some of the stuff that's in my little backpack that I'll be taking. This is a pretty simple lineup. I'll probably have some coffee with me and a thermos of some kind. I'll also have a bottle or two of water. Nabs. Nabs are a must. Morning hunt, evening hunt, middle of the day hunt. Get you a pack of nabs. Now these things are very loud when you open them. They will spook anything. So either wait till you hear some squirrels jumping around or just say fuck it and go for it. This is a great snack to have. Lots of protein. It's got the good fat in it, the unsaturated, so get you some nabs. Then, I don't really ever use them, but I do take binoculars just in case. Sometimes a lot of hunters like to just look through their scope to get a better look at something. But you never know. I mean, it actually might be a human or someone's dog that's over there. And so just, for gun safety, you might just want to look at these instead. Unless they're backwards. Then everything's going to look farther away. And then boom. Hello, YouTube. I see your soul. Just kidding. I don't. Because you don't have one. Just kidding. Unless you're ginger. And that's the truth. Hunting knife I can't find. I lost it in the move, unfortunately. So it looks like we're going to be taking my K-bar out tomorrow. Yeah, like the military knife. So no, I did not serve. Well, I did serve. I served a long and dedicated career to Cutco. Some of that stuff I can't say without laughing. No. Shout out to all my Cutco gang. Anybody that, hey, anyone that listens to the podcast, if you work for Cutco, please DM me on Twitter. Personal account, podcast account, I don't care. Hit me up. We need to start like our own little brotherhood and get our own little stuff going. Little inside joke or something. So shout out to my Cutco fam. If anybody out there sold knives, slung blades, hustled, hit me up, please. We got a little Cutco club. Cutco club. Ammo. Ammo's important. Now, as far as ammo goes, I'm not a picky guy. I can't lie. Now, it probably pissed a lot of people off that just heard that or like, ugh, gave them chills. So I get into it with like gun people sometime because yes, of course, Del's got his guns. We've all seen that one video on Twitter. But like, as far as the guys that are like super obsessed and know ammos and can like recite all these facts and take apart guns with their eyes closed and go to shooting ranges every week, like that's not me. I am not Mr. Tactical. There are lots of different groups of gun owners. I'm not Mr. Tactical. I'm Mr. Mountain Man. I have guns for basically hunting and self-defense. That's pretty much it. Now I'm going to find me making Keanu Reeves montages to post on my Instagram to 1,800 followers, half of which are Russian bots, and the other half are people that followed me back because I follow 6,000 people on Instagram. If someone was listening to this and that hit close to home, come on, man. There's more to life than guns. As always, you guys know I'm just joking. So, Speaking of guns, I asked on Twitter at Mountain Man Pod. I said, "Hey, what should I use on opening day?" I gave you guys 3 options: 30-06, 30-30, and my wife's 243. Winning with over 50% of the vote was my 30-06, which YouTube sees is sitting right here on my lap, completely unloaded, bolt all the way back, completely empty, just chilling. I like this gun. It is I think it's a Thomas Center. I think it's a Thomas Centerfire, if I remember correctly. It's a nice gun. I actually have not taken it hunting yet. I've shot it with my friends once or twice at the cabin, but tomorrow morning is going to be its first time, really on the job. So we'll see if it gets its first deer or not. If it doesn't, if I don't see one, I'm blaming everyone on Twitter that voted for it, because my old 30-30 lever action is Old Faithful and has gotten all kinds of deer. So we're going to take this baby out tomorrow. We'll probably oil it up tonight, just clean it, get it ready to go. Again, like I said, load it up. I don't really care about my ammo as long as it doesn't jam my gun up. And Federal has never really fucked me over. Now, as far as shotguns go, I would like to jump in there. You see my Remington 870. I stick to Remington ammo on the Remington guns just because I think Remington designed their guns to purposely not be able to handle anyone else's ammo, so that you buy their ammo. Shout out to capitalism and planned obsolescence. So here's the old 30-aught. We will go on our trip in the morning. I think I've shown pretty much everything else in my opening day kit. Other than that, let someone know where you are, of course. Don't ever go out hunting alone. Always have someone that knows where you are, what you're doing. Even if you're on your own land, it's important. It's important that people know where you are. I've seen people close to me. I've lost people close to me that have had accidents, and sadly, if more people would have known maybe where they were in their tree stand or what was going on, we could have gotten to them sooner. So please, everyone, that's something I would like to preach to for opening day. Be safe out there. Wear your orange. Keep people in the know about what you're doing, and be smart. Don't shoot 10 minutes past shooting light or before shooting light because you think you see a big buck. You never really know what you're looking at, and chances are it's not a human. But seriously, you never know. Just because something is a freak accident doesn't mean that it didn't happen or it's not going to happen to you. Every freak accident is a freak accident for a reason. The parties involved didn't think that their day was going to go that way when their day started. So not to get super dark on you, but let's be careful, people. So let's go ahead and just as we kind of wrap the pod up today, I got one more question from Q&A from a really great fan of the Mountain Man Pod. So we're always going to answer his questions immediately, especially when I ask for Q&A and he's like, you know what, Delph, I got Q&A. So Hayden says, let's talk hog hunting. Are they even a problem up there like they are in Texas? We'll jump in the middle of this question. They are not a problem in Virginia like they are in Texas. We do have them, but they are not that bad yet. Are you more of a go out with the dogs and stab them kind of guy, or would you rather unleash hate from up in a helicopter? Personally, helicopter hog hunting is in my before I turn 30 bucket list. Before I turn 30 bucket list is about to be an entire episode of the Mountain Man podcast. So let me write that down real quick. Inspired by Hayden. No, so the hogs are not that bad up here. They are getting worse. They've kind of come up through Georgia and the South Carolina and the North Carolina, and they're leaking into Virginia. In my lifetime, I will have the possible risk of them coming through my property. I'd say it's probably a good ways out. It's definitely not like it is in Texas. I'm sure you guys look at it more as like a nuisance type of thing. That's how we view coyotes here in Virginia. But it's crazy because a lot of people that can't hog hunt on a basis like that, they romanticize it. I mean, me and my friends especially, we've always wanted to go out and go on a hog hunt. So if anyone that can put on a hog hunt is looking to sponsor a brand and a podcast, this is the podcast for you. I'm looking to go on one hell of a hog hunt, please. And I will go out there with the dogs and stab them, or I will unleash hate from up in a helicopter, like Hayden said. Anything. I am down the hog hunt for sure. So I wish I could pick which one of the two I am, but to be honest, I just want to go hog hunting. So maybe that'll happen one day. But yeah, man, what a hunting episode. This is great. I am so pumped for tomorrow. So another little thing, just kind of as we wrap up, is I'm starting a new opening day tradition tomorrow. So as I allude to a lot, me and Pops, we don't talk much right now, pretty much at all, and I'm never going to discuss why or my business, but we aren't getting along at all. And typically opening day has been spent with him at the cabin where we have our fun cabin weekend in the summer, me and the boys. So gonna be one of the first years that I'm not there for opening day, but hey, got my own land now. I can walk out in my backyard, go up in my deer blind that I built by myself, and I can hunt my own land. And that is awesome. That is the mountain man dream, and that is pretty cool. So right before I sign off, I just want to give everyone just some final advice for your first day of deer season. 3 tips, and these 3 tips will get you that trophy buck that you've been wanting. So without further ado, here are the mountain man's 3 biggest tips to landing a trophy buck on opening day. Number 1, the night before, you got to take an apple juice bath. I'm talking fill that entire tub up with apple juice all the way. You can be no sugar added, whatever. Preferably a local apple juice in Virginia. This valley, we got so many apples. Some might go White House, whatever. Preferably local apple juice if you can afford it, but bathe in apple juice. Just soak in it. The best method would be to buy 3 to 4 dozen apples in October, and then just kind of like let them sit outside in a bag, and then the night before opening day just kind of dump them all out in the bathtub and then soak in that. That's pretty effective. So try that. My second tip, this is a big one. This is very important. You gotta sleep with your gun. You do. You gotta tell your wife, like, hey, no snuggling tonight. No spooning, no back rubs, nothing. My 30-06 is laying in the middle. There's nothing you can do about it. That's important. You gotta sleep with your gun. You gotta basically kind of share that moment, that body heat. You pass some body heat to the gun. The gun passes you some rust particles back. You really gotta bond, be one with your gun. So the next morning when you're shooting, it's not even like you're holding a gun. It's like it's all one piece with you. Like you're a transformer. So, tip 2. And finally, my last tip to get a trophy buck on opening day is to go back into that apple juice bath or fermented apple bath that you had and soak your underwear in it. Typically, I leave my opening day underwear in apple juice anywhere from 4 to 5 days. You don't want to let it sit in there too long, but just enough to where they really have a solid apple juice base in your underwear. Then, when you're out in the woods and you've already had your coffee that morning, and about 45 minutes later, right around 7:15, which, by the way, is when I've seen some of the best deer ever, right around 7:15, and those coffee farts start to hit, the really like hot, silent ones, after like a really good pot of coffee. Have no fear, if you're wearing your apple juice soaked underwear, it will mask the scent of your coffee farts, so much so that it actually smells pleasant to the deer and attracts them. So those are my 3 steps: apple juice bath, apple juice underwear, and sleep with your gun. Everybody should be sleeping with their gun anyway, because guns, baby. So those are my 3 tips for opening day. Other than that, we're going to wrap up the podcast for the day, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you again for tuning in. I love all of you more than your own parents do. Don't argue with me. That's just a fact. I appreciate all the support. I appreciate everything you guys do. I just kind of want to touch a little bit more on something I did last episode. The hats. Mountain Man hats are officially happening. They have officially been ordered. If you would be interested in purchasing a Mountain Man hat, it will be available probably within a month. I'm hoping to have them ready before Christmas. So if you would like to have a badass hat with the Mountain Man logo on it, or you want to gift it to somebody for Christmas, and thank you, Ellie, for the shake, and spread the news of the Mountain Man podcast, by all means, please do. So they will be available for sale. If you want to pre-sale and get dibs on one now, because it is a limited order, go ahead and DM me. But anyway, when they come in, I'll post pics. They're awesome. I've shown them to a couple people. If you want to see what they look like, message me. I'll show you the proof. They're going to be awesome, and it's going to be the next big step. So look out for those. Be thinking of putting those on your Christmas lists. So if you're still doing some Christmas shopping or looking for more stuff to put on your shopping or your Christmas list, the hat, the Mountain Man hat, coming to you soon. And most of all, shout out to Ricky for a hell of a design. It's amazing. And shout out to my ass. By the way, that's me in the logo. So shout out to my ass looking so good on that logo. Honestly, like that's the centerpiece. Really, it is. So thank you everyone for the support, for the love. Continue to listen, continue to share. Please subscribe. And if you haven't, go subscribe to the YouTube channel. Everyone on YouTube, hello. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for looking at my ugly face. Thank you for looking at my opening day lineup for hunting season. And to everyone listening, I hope you have a great rest of your day, great rest of your week, whatever time it is. I hope it's great. For everyone out there getting in the woods this weekend, good luck. Have a good one. If anyone has anything awesome that they want to share with the Mountain Man fans, go ahead and tweet it to me. Let's get everybody's deer out there, and let's congratulate each other. But other than that, good luck in the morning, and I'll holler at y'all later.